Pisces, welcome to your weekly horoscope for March 23rd to the 29th, 2026. I'm Adeana, an intuitive astrologer. Well, Pisces, this week, the universe is pulling you completely out of the emotional waters and demanding that you get incredibly serious about your physical, tangible reality. It is a week of massive, undeniable reality checks regarding your money, your resources, and your ultimate self worth. We are officially in Aries season, and the astrological new year has begun. For you, Pisces, using the whole sign house system, all of this bold, fiery Aries energy is heavily concentrated in your second house. This is the sector of your chart that rules your bank account, your material possessions, how you monetize your skills, and the foundational bedrock of your self esteem. This week is a story of three acts. We start with a fast paced Gemini moon completely scrambling your logic regarding your private home life and your evolving identity early in the week. Then, the ultimate structural reality check hits midweek as the sun conjuncts Saturn, forcing you to look at your financial boundaries. And finally, a massive emotional trigger arrives as Venus hits Chiron, bringing up a deep wound around scarcity and being undervalued. Let's break down exactly how this energy is going to feel and the exact strategy you need to navigate it. Okay, so on Monday and Tuesday, the moon is moving through fast paced Gemini. For you, Pisces, this is lighting up your fourth house of home, family, and your private roots. Your mind is racing behind closed doors. You might be overthinking your living situation, processing family dynamics rapidly, or just feeling a deep need to stay inside and put your physical walls up. But here's the friction. That Gemini moon is forming a harsh 90-degree square to the massive faded energy sitting right in your sign, your first house of Pisces. The first house rules your identity, your physical body, and your life path. What this means is that your logical drive to stay hidden, safe, and process your private thoughts, your fourth house, is going to war with the universe, aggressively pushing you forward into a new faded timeline regarding exactly who you are becoming, your first house. Let me give you a real world example. You might be sitting in your house on Monday wanting to completely withdraw from the world, but your physical body feels incredibly restless. You know intuitively that you are outgrowing an old version of yourself. Your logical brain says, I am not ready to step out and be seen yet, but your soul is telling you that the cocoon is getting too small. Do not force an analytical decision right now. If your logic and your intuition are at war early this week, your intuition wins. Ground yourself at home, take the rest you need, but do not fight the physical and energetic evolution happening in your body. Allow your identity to shift. Once we get to Wednesday, March 25th, the energy pulls you out of your head and points directly at your wallet. The sun forms an exact conjunction with Saturn right in your second house. The second house is your material security. The sun illuminates whatever it touches, and Saturn is the planet of time, karma, and strict boundaries. Saturn is the cosmic contractor. It does not care if money talk makes you uncomfortable. It only cares about your structural sustainability. When the sun and Saturn meet in your sector of wealth, you are getting a massive reality check regarding your finances. The universe is demanding that you take ultimate, mature responsibility for your bank account. If you've been avoiding looking at your budget, hoping that the universe will provide without actually building the container to hold the abundance, Saturn is shutting that dynamic down right now. You have to get strictly disciplined. This is the day you plug your financial leaks. More importantly, if you have been undercharging for your services, giving your time away for free, or accepting less than you are worth because you want to be nice and accommodating, Saturn is putting an absolute end to that. You have to build tangible security this week. Know your worth, and Pisces, add tax. This financial boundary is going to be tested immediately because 24 hours later on Thursday, Venus exactly forms a conjunction to Chiron in your second house. Venus rules money, luxury, and value. Chiron is the wounded healer. When Venus hits the core wound in your sector of wealth, a profoundly painful insecurity regarding scarcity and self-worth is going to surface. You are going to experience a sudden, sharp sting of feeling like you will never have enough, or a deep ancestral feel of poverty or lack might flare up, or you might be deeply triggered by an employer or client who tries to lowball you or devalue your hard work. You might look at your bank account and feel a sudden crushing wave of, I am not good enough. Here is your grounded strategy for Thursday. Do not react from fear. The shadow side of Pisces is panic spending to soothe the anxiety or immediately dropping your prices and boundaries because you are afraid the client will walk away. Do not do that. Use that strict Saturn energy from Wednesday to hold the line. You absolutely deserve abundance, but you have to build the mature, disciplined container to hold it. When the scarcity trigger hits, remind yourself that setting a boundary around your worth is the most spiritual thing you can do for yourself today. Pisces, you are building the physical anchor your spirit needs to thrive. Know your worth this week. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope this helps you navigate the energy for the week ahead. Make sure you check out my Adeana's Diary podcast. The link is in the description below. This podcast is geared towards if you are overcoming toxic relationships, narcissistic abuse. I talk about my story and I will eventually have others on to do the same. This is a space where if you've been through this type of thing, you know, it can be a very lonely experience. And so I've created a space to get my story out and allow others to talk about theirs. If you want to check that out or if that resonates or aligns with you, the links are in the description down below. You can find that podcast on all platforms pretty much: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Podbean, and YouTube right here. And also, I'm putting in the description down below the links if you would like to order a pre-recorded reading from me. I structure these pre-recorded readings similar to my YouTube videos, only instead of using a lunation chart, I am using your birth chart or solar return chart or a lunar return chart. It's not just a reading because I do it in a demonstration structure. It's a learning and teaching tool. So it's something you can keep forever. All right, Pisces. Well, thank you so much for connecting with me, and I will connect with you in the next one. Have a great week.